We'd like to welcome you to the Glover Report right here on WPBNetworks.com. My name's Donnie Glover, publisher of BeMoreNews.com. You can catch me on Facebook, Donnie.Glover, D-O-N-I. Glover, also the Glover Report, and on Twitter, Donnie Be More News 1. On Saturday, we had the Black Wall Street Business Expo down at the Downtown Cultural Arts Center. We attracted people from up and down the East Coast. They came as far away as Bridgeport, Connecticut, let alone Dover, Delaware, that is, and also, what's the place in Virginia? D.C. and Norfolk, that's it, Norfolk, Virginia. We'd like to thank all of those people who came out, including this gentleman to my right, Mr. Donald Wooten. He makes T-shirts. He designs T-shirts. He creates T-shirts. His brand is Stolen Outfitters. How are you, sir?
I'm just fine, sir. Yourself?
I'm doing good. Welcome to the set.
Hey, well, thank you for having me.
What do you think? African-American, African,
Well,
a black man got a TV studio.
You know what I like? I like capital equipment and I like control. You know, I like not having to ask permission and being able to produce. So, you know, this is my environment right here. Thank you for having me.
Okay. What's happening in the world since Freddie Gray? Have you made any post-Freddie Gray T-shirts, any Freddie Gray inspired T-shirts? If you did, then we have to maybe get you over to the family's house.
Well, the thing about it is, whenever there's a tragedy, such as what happened with Freddie Gray, we definitely try to not capitalize off of it. We try to console in the form of talking to the community directly, not necessarily trying to profit off of the tragedy. The shirt that did come out of the situation was a Baltimore Strong shirt, because I feel like at this point in time, our resolve, you know, it can't really be contested. As many back-to-back incidents as you had, our reaction to it and the way we stepped into it kind of set a precedent for the moment. Obviously, it's not.
What do you mean?
I mean,
what are you politely alluding to?
what am I politely alluding to?
Just say it, man.
We push back. You know what I'm saying? It's
Kids
about,
picked up some damn bricks and bust the cops upside the head.
well, we had the conversation, Donnie. Where those bricks come from? Where them rocks come from, Donnie?
Donald wants to know. Now, Donald is potentially a conspiracy theorist, but maybe it's just common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Where all the damn rocks come from?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know.
Around the corner from Mondawmin. You know, it's like you got a little bit of urban decay over there, but if you...
I heard a black contractor took a dump truck full of rocks down there. I swear to beans.
Sounds about right.
That's what I heard.
You look at the rocks that was being thrown versus what those houses around there are constructed of, you're not going to find those rocks. So how did they get up there? How did they get in the street for the kids to even be breaking them down like that? You know, especially considering there's a residential area.
Well, it sounds like an all-out revolt, a revolution even.
One that was meant to be televised. Yeah, I would agree with that.
It was televised, text, tweeted.
It was a reality show. They turned it into a reality show. They know how to get their ratings.
Did you know that the police commissioner of Baltimore City shut down the buses?
Absolutely. Just like they didn't bother to tell the rest of America that Mondawmin is a transportation hub for those kids. How many buses come there and leave from there?
Doesn't it seem like that prompted the young people to act out?
Absolutely. If you got all these young kids that...
So it seems like, okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
If you got all these young kids that converge in the same area every day because this is how they get to and from school, and they've never experienced this type of police presence, and then they get off buses to be greeted by cops in riot shields and helmets, and now all of a sudden they're stranded here with these same cops with riot shields and helmets that are, you know, pretty much accosting them, yeah, it's provocation. You provoke those kids. They are kids, by the way. You know, you're the adults in the situation, and you're out here and you didn't control anything but create the situation that occurred.
Well, actually, the president, the mayor, and the city council president alluded to our babies as thugs.
Absolutely. That was the intent. Like I said, that was why they televised it and made it look the way they did, but they didn't discuss that it was a transportation hub. Those kids did not come there just to confront the police. They're there every day. Now, if they're there every day, then that means the potential of what happened that day should be every day. So why doesn't it happen every day? Why isn't Mondawmin raided and ransacked every day if those kids, those same amount of kids are there every day?
I see some new businesses being built at Mondawmin, and,
Oh.
and I'm really glad to see it. We need big box stores. This is a twist. You're not expecting this question. I think there should be more big box stores in the black community. We supported Mondawmin for decades. There would be no Mondawmin without African Americans, without black folks.
Absolutely.
So then my question becomes, what's the delay? Would you, if you had a big box store, KFC, McDonald's, well, some of the finer restaurants, TGI Fridays.
Everything you're naming, they all function as flagship stores that help pay the rent. So the same way you would have a JCPenney or a Macy's that can hold the mall down, such as like Owens Mills Mall.
Well, that's a bad example.
Well,
Something went wrong out there.
Something went wrong out there, but you see, the flagship stores are still left holding that rent. And that's important. That's why you attract the big box stores so that you can eventually put smaller stores around them, and now they get a shot to thrive in their foot traffic. That's the beauty of a mall. When you have big flagship stores that attract people, those people not only shop at those stores, but also the surrounding stores as well. So when you talk about putting the locals next to the big box stores, they're going to be the ones that profit.
Let's see some of your shirts. Let's see some of your work.
Right.
Tell us about Stolen Outfitters. I know you
Right.
came out here to brag on them.
I don't hear. All right.
Oh, come on, man. I want you to brag on them.
I try to practice humility because, it's scarce. Stolen Outfitters, we developed the brand because we saw a lot of hollow fashion out there. Complement the hollow entertainment. It's really distracting, let alone thought-provoking. And we need more thinkers. We need more thinkers and doers in this society right now. So we created the brand to keep people's fresh in order, but at the same time, seed their minds with ideas and ideologies and philosophies that might cause them to evolve the way that they look at the world that they live in. So we celebrate blackness. I say that unabashedly. We celebrate blackness not because we're racist, but because we know that there's a lack.
You're racist?
I don't have the power to be a racist. I feel like everybody has the power to be prejudiced. They can prejudge something that they have no knowledge about, but you need power to actually be a racist. So until I can stop somebody from doing something, or I can start something, just on the strength of someone's race, I can't be a racist. As a matter of fact, a lot of people that deal with my company aren't black. The majority of people that buy from my company aren't black. They're just lovers of art. They're lovers of quality products. And they understand the mentality behind it. It's not a separatist mentality. It's just to inform you of all the things that have been kept from you by mass media.
Can we see the t-shirt?
Okay, so let's just start off with this first one, which is my love for Nina Simone. And this actually was requested as a design by an editor from Afropunk who wanted me to design something similar to the Marilyn Monroe shirts that are going around right now. No words, really, just the picture of the woman and everybody, rocking it. So she told me to do the Nina Simone joint, and I did. And actually one of my favorite shirts right now, one of our best sellers. People love Nina, and I do too.
What's a shirt like that retail for?
Shirt like this, I sell a shirt like this for $35 simply because it's a Henley 3-button, raglan, camouflage sleeves, tri-blend, very, very, very soft shirt. Definitely not a flea market shirt.
Okay.
This is not a disposable shirt. This is a real shirt comparable to anything that you would buy out of a mall.
Okay, so what's Henley? You threw some terms in there I don't know.
Henley just is the 3 buttons at the top of a button-up shirt. If it doesn't go all the way down, they consider that a Henley if it has 3 buttons at the top. And obviously, any other production steps usually raise the value and quality of the shirt. Here we have one of the OG classics, which is your phone shouldn't be smarter than you. And this is just a testament to the time that we live in. You got a lot of people who are slaves to technology that they don't understand. And this didn't start here. Obviously, if you come from an older generation, you bought cars that you could open the hood and fix whatever was under the hood because you recognize what you're looking at. Same thing with the TVs, with the big tube in the back. You could open that up and recognize what you was looking at. At a certain point in time, people started to buy imports that they no longer could fix themselves. And now we have, a situation where you have to depend on that mechanic. You have to depend on somebody else to maintain your technology or your level of living. So the same way right now we got kids running around, or actually grown folks running around with smartphones in their pocket, and they take the phone's word for everything. They forgot how to think. They forgot how to think critically. They forgot how to research.
I think they should have a test for some of these adults on social media because I'm starting to question why a grown person would have the lower half of their body fully exposed.
I agree with that.
Or just about fully exposed. It's like, don't you have grandchildren or children, lady? Where's
that know how to use this platform better than you?
So they talking about you in the second grade.
That's right, and right in front of you in three-letter acronyms, and you don't even know what they're saying. They in your comment thread talking about you in a completely different language, and you don't know what they're saying, but you're in here and you're adding
Look
on.
at this.
Yeah, I mean it's bad because either way, young or old, on social media, all of your activity adds up to their ad revenue. So all the traffic that you bring them raises the worth of what they're charging the people to advertise to you. So you think you're, increasing your reputation or your status, but in actuality, you're raising the worth of somebody else's ad revenue.
Okay, what else we got?
Okay, you know what that is? That's that Black Wall Street. This is what we was down there with Saturday at the Downtown Cultural Arts Center. I had to do this for my brother Donnie so that he had the proper representation. And this is actually my first use of halftones here. You see that blue at the top is the same blue at the bottom, but it's a slight gradient, and this is what we do. That is the Baltimore skyline right there for downtown. The harbor, actually, not the downtown area, but the harbor.
What does Black Wall Street mean to you, Mr. Wooten?
Centralized economy, black people controlling their own destiny, self-determination, the ability to plot one's own trajectory without other people having a hand or unjust criticism in it while overlooking their profit base or their projected profit off of our position. So it's what everybody else ever wanted. It's the basis of a Chinatown or a Little Italy. It's just long overdue. I mean, we had it before. It was destroyed by rioters and looters, but it's time to bring it back, and that's what we're working on.
When you hear Black Wall Street, how do you contrast that with people who say black people don't stick together? Is that true?
I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either. I know it not to be true. I mean, that's exactly what happened at Black Wall Street.
What I will say is black people sticking together is unprofitable imagery. So you just show me where in modern history black people...
Unprofitable imagery. Did you catch that?
Show me where in modern history images of black people sticking together has ever sold a product. Okay. Now show me where in modern history...
Oh, I'm thinking. It sold the Black Star line.
The Black Star line, that was Marcus. That was Marcus Garvey. That was definitely a different time. You had black bonds back then. So you're talking about direct competition with the banks. We ain't competed with the banks in years. And Marcus had 3 ocean liners. We got black billionaires ain't bought a damn ocean liner, pardon my language.
We got a black preacher. We got a black preacher won a $65 million plane.
That is correct. He don't want no ocean liner.
Ain't that Black Wall Street? Okay, what else we got? It's not Black Wall Street, You do not need a $65 million plane.
That was Black Rodeo Drive right there.
Did you hear about these council people on the Baltimore City Council flying all over the country? Did you hear about it?
No, but I'm not surprised to hear that type of stuff is going on. Not surprised at all, brother. Move on. Okay. This one right here we got is called Built to Build. And this is
That's why I like you coming out here, because I can't never choose. See how you do?
This is called Built to Build right here, and this is just a reminder to everybody. We have this obligation to our community to not only think about our futures, but the future of the community itself, which has to be built. And the way you build the community is by destroying weaknesses in yourself, bad habits, and things that carry over to others that can directly affect their growth and progress. So,
does that include bad relationships?
Absolutely. You can't have a community without relationships. And the same thing, you ain't gonna have a relationship without communication. The foundation of community is communication. It's communal. It's what we have in common. This is where we overlap. Now, if you have a breakdown in communication, you have a lack of understanding, a lack of respect. And this encourages people to do things alone. Or to go outside of their family unit or their community to look for people they have things in common with. Once again, people they can communicate with, people that they feel understand and respect them, even if they don't.
Gotta hold that one up.
Yeah, Donnie's gonna hold that up again. On this particular shirt, you know, build is broke down as bringing unseens into lively discussions, because that's exactly what you do when you're building. You're generally talking about things that other people don't really find time to discuss or articulate.
Help me with that right there.
Okay. And this one right here is from a line I call Old Heads.
Forgive me.
You see right there in the middle, you have a soul mech head. These are gigantic rock statues found all over the globe, primarily in South America though, with African Negroid features such as the wide nose, wide lips. And
That's a Nigerian.
pretty much. What I did was I put a pair of headphones on them and an Africa pendant to remind brothers of the early 90s and 80s. You know, right now, it's a common misconception that if you're over 30, you shouldn't have anything to do with hip hop culture, which is ridiculous, because you couldn't tell Maya Angelou that she should stop writing poetry at 30. So why would you insist that an MC stops rhyming or stops interacting with other young MCs at 30? That is a direct part of the problem that we have with our community. MCs, thanks to mass media, tend to be young men. So if you're telling young men that they shouldn't be interacting with older men and telling older men that they're too old to be interacting with younger men, you see the break in communication between the young and the old, and why, you know, we can't really relate to or respect each other in the proper term. So you have a young MC completely disrespecting the old culture that created the platform for them to even rhyme on. Then you have an old MC completely ignoring a younger person's mode of communication without understanding what they're saying. And that disconnect is reflected throughout the community. So this is just a reminder to the old heads out there that you can't let another person gauge how long you should be doing something. That should be gauged by your ability. And your ability should be gauged by your practice. So if you've been practicing your craft, only you can tell you when it's time to step off the stage.
Wow. How can people get these t-shirts?
Website is stoutfitters.me. We're also on Facebook. You could do Facebook.com/official Stolen Outfitters. And we're going to be at every event that we can be at out here in Baltimore or wherever's close this summer.
Will you come back out to another Black Wall Street event?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm always going to come out.
Have we ever given you an award?
No, but my name is on every award. Stolen Outfitters.
We haven't given you one?
I haven't gotten an award from Joe Man. Shout out to Joe Man. But Stolen Outfitters is on every award. So if you got a Black Wall Street award, go look and you'll see Stolen Outfitters up there. We love you.
Ooh, we got to put you on the list, man.
Man, all in due time, brother. All in due time.
You know, I was thinking, man, they got the Incredible Hulk from the Olmec heads.
Yeah, absolutely, they did. And you know, the green is attached to us too. The color green is attached to us as well. You know, it's associated with melanin. You know, so that's not by mistake. You know, even the idea that when he gets mad, he's invulnerable and he gets stronger the more you do to him and the more you beat him and the more you oppress him. And then you have to think of the alter ego was a geek. Bruce Banner was a geek. You know, so it's like they were showing you both sides. Like, all right, you got the mind that could build civilization. But if angered, you have the prowess to destroy civilization. You have the physical that's capable of destroying civilization. So I felt like that was what they were saying in The Incredible Hulk. But Stan Lee is real slick. He addressed a lot of social issues through comic books.
Imagery. Why is imagery important to you?
Imagery is important to me because language is a disconnector in a lot of ways. Imagery, on the opposite hand, speaks to a certain level of the mind. That's why symbols last for thousands and thousands of years, but words change. You know, circles, squares, triangles, those are the basic components to the universe. Like all shapes are made from a combination of circles, squares, and triangles. They all add up to 360 degrees. That's not by mistake. And there's also no mistake that most symbols start from the circle, square, or the triangle. So symbology is very important to be able to express a message without actually being convoluted by words.
Good stuff. How can people get in touch with you?
The best way to get in touch with me would be through my website. Like I said, that's stoutfitters.me. But there's a quarter of the population on Facebook 18 hours a day. So chances are you will be better off trying to reach me on Facebook, which would be Facebook.com/official Stolen Outfitters. We're very approachable and we have long conversations, so be ready.
Good stuff. We're going to take a pause, and we've been talking with Mr. Donald Wooten of Stolen Outfitters. He's been making some incredible T-shirts, touching people all over the nation, but especially here in the Mid-Atlantic area, and we're very grateful for you. What is your social media contact?
I stopped dealing with Twitter a while ago, so the best way to get at me on social media would be Instagram. If you don't know, that's owned by Facebook. On Instagram, you can find me at AHBSEENKWESTION, pronounced Obscene Question, which is the name of my rap group from long back.
You a rapper?
Yeah, I'm a rapper.
Oh, can you bust a line?
No, we're not doing that right now.
How can you say you're a rapper? How we know? One line?
I rap, that's my culture, brother.
One line?
I can't give you one line right now.
One
I can't give
line?
you one line right now, brother.
One line?
One line.
Not even one line?
No, bro, that's for the next show. We'll do that next show.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm get plugged for the next show.
We can't get anything? We don't believe you. Something.
In due time, brother.
Nothing?
All things in due time,
Oh,
brother.
my goodness.
I don't want to confuse the people right now. Right now, we're dealing with the clothing. We're talking about capital equipment. We're talking about self-determination, self-mastery. And I can show you this better than I could say a rhyme to you. Chances are it's not really going, it's not really going to land where it's supposed to land. I'm not as practiced in that as I am in this right now.
You know, Gil Scott Hearn?
Now you really put me on the spot. That's my man. That's my man.
Brother man nowadays living in the ghetto.
Living in the bottle is my joint.
Oh, living in the bottle.
Came up on that. Yeah.
You know about Possum Slim?
Oh,
Possum Slim.
oh,
More than 100 years old.
my joint was We Almost Lost Detroit.
We almost lost Detroit. I like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, you go ahead, Detroit.
Somebody got a God complex. You know what I'm saying?
Can you spit any of that?
No, I
We
might
are
go.
not
I
getting
might,
anything out
I
of
might
this
go
kid.
home and watch that today, just to put myself back on point, because we got a Gil Scott
just
Heron
wondering.
shirt.
You do
as
gotta-
well. That was the first joint we gave you, right? Like when you came to the land of Kush, and we was doing we was out front.
A Gil shirt?
Didn't I give you a Gil Scott?
I gotta
Heron?
go, man. I got all my Stolen Outfitters hung up, man.
Yeah,
I don't even want to wear them. I'm serious, man.
I got a client out in Colorado that say the same thing.
I don't even want to wear them. I just
He said he keep an undershirt under it, hang them up every time. Hang 'em
Yeah.
up every time. Now, that gives me inspiration, and that's what I thrive off of is inspiration. I try to inspire other people so that they can bring it back and keep me going. It's not necessarily about money.
Before you go, why must we support each other's businesses?
Because ain't nobody else gonna do it. And I mean, excuse my broken English, but ain't nobody else gonna do it, period. If they do it, they're gonna look at it like a favor instead of a fair exchange, which is wrong. It's always been wrong to look at business with certain people
I know.
like a favor instead of a fair exchange. That's what it is. I'm exchanging goods and services for whatever you get ready to give me.
That leads right into what you said. Saturday, pay it forward.
Pay it forward and pay it back. If somebody gave you something, pay it back and then pay it forward for the next people.
So tell them about Terrence Dixon Terror Cafe.
That's my brother right there. I've been dealing with Terrence since your first event down at the museum on the water. I met Terrence there for the first time. He was up in there catering, and he was a very forthcoming brother. The next time I saw him, he was reaching out to the community for help to keep the doors of Terror Cafe open, and the community helped, and them doors stayed open. And in turn, I see
25th
Terrence.
and St. Paul.
That's right. In turn, I see Terrence at every event possible giving of himself.
Had the bow tie pasta
That's
with
right.
the salmon.
And none of it tasted like, bottom shelf.
Oh,
all
no.
of it was righteous.
Top shelf.
So the brother comes over to me and says, like, I want to buy a shirt off you. I'm like, what you talking about, man? He's like, y'all want that one right there? I said, look, brother, you feeding the people. You take this shirt. You take this shirt, and me and my family going to come eat dinner with you next week to talk about getting your shirts printed. And we dapped each other up like brothers are supposed to do, and he went back to his post, and I went back to mine.
I got a question for you. How do you know what size you wear
How do I know what size I wear or what
of
size
these
the general?
T-shirts? We're coming out of an era,
Yes, we are.
where people wearing 2, 3X.
Baggy, 6X, 4X, free size.
But you don't play that.
I got kids now. I got kids.
What does that mean?
It means a lot. It means a lot. Like, I don't want to look sloppy in front of my kids. It took me a while to realize that I was looking sloppy out here with a 6X on, looking like a flagpole with the flag wrapped around it. And, you know, you just come to grips. You just come to grips. I refuse to wear skin tight stuff, but I'm going to wear things that fit. So for somebody like me, I'm 6'3", I weigh about 190 pounds, give or take. So I could do a medium or large depending on how I'm feeling. A medium or large depending on how I'm feeling. Generally, if you're taller than that, which, you know, I got a lot of brothers out here that are tall, you're gonna need an XL or double XL strictly for length. It's not even for width or, you know, how wide it is, it's for how long it drops and how far the shoulders go out. Tall people generally have broader shoulders, longer arms, so they gotta get a longer length. Women, if you buying a men's size, buy small, and I promise, ladies, we're working diligently to develop the female line where we're printing on strictly female cut shirts because we care. And we know that we also want you in these clothes as well because you are the tastemakers.
Is that genuine?
That's absolutely sincere.
You said we care.
We do care. I care because...
It's like you got something else you want to say with that.
No, I mean, like...
the sisters gave you, they've been asking for it?
The sisters have been the most...
supportive?
Basically, they bought things for their fathers, their sons, the other men in their lives.
Maybe they were hitting on you.
We can only wonder, brother. Like, we can only wonder. But what I do know...
He's a happily married
14
man
years, that's right.
And proud daddy.
Yeah, that's right. And all those things keep me on track. All those things keep me thinking community.
Like I heard your wife got a 38. She keep real close to them.
She ain't even. She can't nobody match her resume. You know, so I recognize that. But
that's beautiful. We love to hear people saying beautiful things about their significant other. You know, you was only supposed to be on here like 5 minutes, man. We did a whole hour.
Bro, listen. I think
what else you want to say? Anything else you got to get out?
Donnie is crazy important. If you think he isn't, you need to pay a little bit more attention to the moves that this brother makes and how many moves he makes and where he makes them. He's where you ain't. That's because nice. You're not there. He's there speaking on your behalf, though. So when you see this man in the street, salute him.
That's nice. What'd you think about the cat that came all the way down from Bridgeport?
Cool dude, Eldorado Hotep, him and his wife both. They invited me and my family out to Connecticut August 23rd to come out there and vent. And I'm like, think about that.
Yeah.
How often do you invite competition out to where you're from to sell? It's not about competition. It's about compelling one another to be better. And I recognized that as soon as the brother extended himself to me like that, and when his wife came over to me and asked me about information about copping capital equipment and learning how to screen print for yourself, I told her it's not rocket science, call me. Because that's what we're supposed to do.
Help each other?
Absolutely. Not stand on top of each other, help each other climb up and reach back.
Because you never know, he might be the very one that, you never know how they come back around. It may, you know, you never know where those blessings come from.
It was important to keep us divided throughout the diaspora. It was important to keep us divided so that we would constantly feel like we were alone in this particular situation.
We are not alone. I like that.
We are not alone.
Yeah.
And once you start to realize that, it gives you the confidence and the courage to push past certain adversities.
I don't think I'm myself as a minority.
Never. I never thought of myself as a minority. Never thought of myself as a minority. I knew that was a projection from the first time I heard it, because all I ever seen was a whole bunch of us. You know, so I ain't never thought about myself as a minority.
For all we know, this country could be 85% black.
What they admitted.
You've been watching the Glover Report. We're here with the thinking man. He does beautiful, beautiful artwork, beautiful tees. One of my favorites. I love them all, but I saw him take the Naomi Campbell one.
She was posed like Huey. She was posed like Huey in the old school wicker chair.
Yeah, put that website out there again, big brother.
Website is www.stoutfitters.me. Come check us out today.
Stoutfitters.me.
Stoutfitters.me.
Good
yes,
stuff.
Sir.
Appreciate you coming out.
I appreciate you always, Donnie.
And keep watching the Glover Report right here on WPBNetworks.com.